Every single year, thousands of really, really talented programmers, people who absolutely live and breathe code, they just vanish. They hit a wall, hard. And we're going to talk about the real reason that happens. It's this question that kind of hangs over the entire tech industry, right? You see these incredibly bright people just full of ideas and potential, and then suddenly the spark is gone. Some of them switch careers, others just fade out, completely checked out. What is actually going on here? Now, look, the easy answer is always, oh, it's the long hours, or they had a bad boss. And yeah, those things are terrible, for sure. They don't help. But they're not the root of the problem. The real issue is, well, it's a lot deeper and a whole lot more personal than that. This isn't something you can fix with a new framework or another certification. It's not about your technical skills. It's about this fundamental shift that happens when something you love becomes your job. A shift that, honestly, nobody ever warns you is coming. So let's get into it. It all starts with the one thing that got you hooked on programming to begin with, that passion. But what happens when that passion gets twisted into an obligation? I mean, we've all heard this a million times, right? It's supposed to be the dream. You take your hobby, the thing you would happily do for free, and turn it into a career. But for programmers, well, that advice can actually be a really dangerous trap. Because the second your passion is tied to a paycheck, the entire game changes. All that freedom you had to just explore and build whatever you wanted, suddenly it's boxed in by deadlines, expectations, and other people's priorities. And this, right here, this lays it out perfectly. Remember that feeling, the joy of just cracking a tough puzzle on your own time? Or that excitement of a late-night side project that was just for you? Well, that transforms. It becomes about performance metrics, sprint planning, and a never-ending list of Jira tickets. The what is still coding, sure, but the why gets completely rewritten. And that is the absolute core of it. It's a subtle shift, but it is so powerful. That internal fire, that pure love for creating something from nothing, it gets swapped out for external pressure. Your love becomes a requirement. And that, right there, is the first real step on the road to burnout. Okay, so that's layer one, but it builds from there into something way more intense. Because under the surface of all those deadlines and tickets, there's this psychological pressure cooker that a lot of developers don't even know they're sitting in. This is where it gets kind of counterintuitive. We always think burnout is about being overworked, having too much to do, but more often than not, it's about being underfulfilled. You can be ridiculously busy, coding all day, but still feel like you're not actually accomplishing anything that matters. And these are the things that pour fuel on that fire. Spending weeks fixing some obscure bug that a user will never even see. Mindlessly scrolling through Twitter or LinkedIn, seeing everyone else launching amazing things. And that imposter syndrome just kicks right in. You're always grinding for the next job title, the next top framework, but inside you feel totally disconnected from the actual impact of your work. And that's really what it boils down to, isn't it? It stops being about creation and it becomes all about production. It's a performance for your manager, for your team, for your followers online. And having to perform every single day, it is just completely draining. So all of this stuff, the obligation, the pressure, the constant performance, it's all leading to one place, a catastrophic failure, a total system crash. So what's the final fatal error at the very heart of all this? This is it, loss of identity. It's when you start to believe that your value as a human being is directly tied to your output as a programmer. Your self-worth becomes your commit history. You're not a person who happens to code anymore. You're just a machine that outputs code. And, machines don't get to rest. They just break down. But here's what you have to remember, and this is so important. Your identity is so much bigger than your last pull request. It's bigger than your job title. At your core, you are a creator, and creation needs more than just keystrokes. It needs curiosity, it needs joy, and it absolutely needs rest. Okay, so we've kind of diagnosed the problem. Now for the important part, how do we fix it? How do you get back that connection, that love for the craft you had in the first place? Well, here are 5 steps you can actually take. All right, let's break these down. First up, redefine what success even means. Stop focusing only on shipping features and start focusing on your own growth, what you're learning, and how you're helping the people around you. Next, and this one is my favorite, protect your curiosity. I mean it. Go code something completely and utterly useless just for the fun of it. Remember what it feels like to play. Third, disconnect to reconnect. Seriously, step away from the computer, go for a walk, let your brain just breathe. The best ideas almost never happen while you're staring at a screen. Number 4, and this is non-negotiable, build boundaries. You are not a machine. You cannot sprint forever. Decide when your workday is over and then actually be over. And finally, maybe the most important of all, find that meaning again. Go back in your mind and remember that initial spark, that feeling of joy that made you start this whole journey. That's the thing you have to protect. So let's bring all this home with a concept that every single programmer is going to understand. It's time to stop just debugging the symptoms and start refactoring the entire system. Feeling burnt out is not a personal failure. Let me say that again. It is not a personal failure. It is a system warning. It's a sign that your own operating system, your habits, your mindset, it just needs some maintenance. You have to refactor your life to get rid of the stress, improve your focus, and reconnect with your actual purpose. And if you take away just one thing from all of this, let it be this. Longevity in this career isn't about pure endurance. It's about sustainability. It's about protecting that passion so you can keep creating for decades to come, not just burning out in a few short years. So I'll just leave you with this question to think about. You are both a programmer and a creator. The programmer serves the job, but the creator serves your soul. How are you going to make sure the creator is the one who's really calling the shots?